Aloha. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. As you can tell, today's topic will revolve around task, hence the title, Task in Action, expert tip for everyday use. For those who don't know me, my name is Matthew, and I am CSN handling Prospect in APAC region. So today I'll be walking you through everything you need to know about task, right? Which represent one of the most significant updates we made to the CRM directly based on your feedback. So the word is your feedback. So customer feedback is very, very important for CRM. Before we dive in, I want to acknowledge that this feature addresses the top 3 requests we've seen in our feedback portals. All right. So this improve calendar functionality, a better activity reporting, and enhanced task system. So this is something that we work closely with our, UX designer, developers, and user groups to get it right. Today's topic won't be a very long one. I will try to explain it in the simplest way possible because let's face it, why complicate things, right? Prospect always evolve to be better, and we take customer opinion and feedback very seriously, like I said. Hence, recently, due to one of the customer feedback, our user interface being very clunky, hard to use, ta-da, Prospect user interface has been improved, as well as task feature being enhanced. All right, so let me turn off my camera so you guys can focus on the demo. So without further ado, let's get into the action. As for today's agenda, we will be looking at how the new, more flexible task system work. The word here is flexible, right? To further clarify what changes has been made a while ago. As I explained, our classic task had a lot of limitations, right? So instead of patching up the old system, we built a new one up from scratch according to customer feedback. Then we will look at how you can create multiple or standalone tasks to stay organized. So this is one of our key improvement and key capability of this new task. The word here is multiple or standalone tasks, right? Then there also comes our new feature, which is called task outcome. So task outcome is also one of our new improvement and capabilities, where it can actually help in reporting purposes. All right. So we will also refresh your memory on managing tasks via activity timeline and upcoming or overdue views. Next, we will go through how you can edit, reassign, or reopen tasks. Then we will briefly talk about how do you view tasks in our CRM calendar, as well as how task notification will pop out in your email. The word is task notification pop up in email for your team to be aligned. Right. So let's get right into our demo. So for today's webinar, I will be using a demo account called That's My Gem. So basically it's a demo account that will be selling gem jars to people. All right. Voila. So welcome to our demo account. The first thing I will talk about is how our new and flexible task system work. The reason why it's called flexible is because there are varieties of ways you can access or create your tasks. So you can do it via the left-hand side bar, which is called tasks. Look at this one. Oh my gosh, the rate 99. So this is one of the ways. Click this. You can access your task here, or you can go into a specific company's or contact to view, right? So in this case, I will use a company name 123 North Street. Okay, so as you can see, I can either go to the right-hand corner and click the plus button to create a task, right? Basically in Prospect, when there's a plus button, means you can create something out of it, whether you want to create a contact, opportunity, problem, or task. Okay, so I can also create a task through this activity by clicking this add task. All right. Same can be said, and you can be more specific. You can go into context, right? For example, I'm going to go to this contact named Josie, and I can do the same thing. I can create a task through here or here in the activity side, right? Or if I want, I can go into a more specific pipeline, for instance, opportunities. All right. So as you can see, in this opportunity pipeline, All right. In this test opportunity, there is also an add task button here. All right. So there is also a thing called at a glance. All right. So whenever a task is set, whether by you or your team, you can view it on the top right hand corner. Look at this at a glance, top right hand corner. Red indicate overdue task. So you need to deal with this task as soon as possible because it's really overdue, right? Yellow stands for today. So yellow is today. And if there's gray or neutral color, that stands for upcoming. So I'll give you the example. All right. So if I go to Josie, see at a glance here, this one means for upcoming. I can go to 123 North Street, and you can take a look at it at a glance. See, red stands for overdue, yellow stands for today, upcoming means gray. All right, so now I will talk about how you can create multiple or standalone tasks, right? This can be done in whichever channel that you prefer, whether is it under company or whether is it under contact or problem and opportunity. So for this example, I will go to a contact named Josie. All right. So previously, right, in Prospect, in order for us to create tasks, so this is our limitation in our old task, right? I will need to close the previous one, meaning only one task can exist at a time. So only one task. But now I can create multiple tasks up to my choice. Heck, I can create so many tasks that I don't want to even look at my task list anymore. So as they say, with freedom comes responsibility, right? So create tasks responsibly. I can create tasks for myself by clicking the add task button at the activity timeline, or I can do it through here, right at the top, whichever that you're comfortable in. So by clicking this plus button, task right here, I can assign myself or my team tasks. So this support, I'm logging in as support user. So myself is support user. If I want to log it to my team, I can push to Adela, Alexandra, anyone. And you can change the due date here as well. Right. So what if there's a scenario where you urgently need to create a task and you already know which company or contact you want to assign the task? Meaning, I just only log into Prospect, right? I don't have time to search companies or contact. I just want to create a task immediately. How can I do that? By going to the left-hand side navigation bar, all right, and click this plus button. You can create your desired task. The only difference here is creating tasks here, you need to select which parent you want to park under, right? So because you create this task out of nowhere, so you need to know which company or which contact or problem opportunity you want to park under, right? When you click this, this is the recent overview. Okay. Okay, so next, I am going to show you a new feature called task outcome, right? This is one of the new core feature, and I will do so by assigning myself a task, right? So this is the task I recently just created ago, as you can see 2 hours ago. So I can view this task here in this activity because it's due today, or I can view it through here. See today from the left-hand side navigation bar, webinar task 1.0. All right, so let me complete this task by clicking this button. You see this Nike button? Ding! You can do it through here as well, right? This tick button here, whichever that is comfortable for you, right? So I will now, when this task is being complete, there is a place for you to add outcome, right? So let me click this add outcome. At the bottom here, there's a place for you to actually put your outcome, right? This outcome will come in very handy for reporting purposes. So let me put outcome, like the outcome shown. All right, done. All right, so how do I get access to this outcome? Imagine I have 100 tasks that are already completed and already at 100 outcomes. How do I view that? You need to view that in reportings, right? So by creating a report, you can actually view all of this. So now let me teach you step by step how you can actually create it, which is very, very simple. Go to more reports, all reports. All right. So you want to have a task that you want to have a report that revolve around tasks. So click this new report, all right, and type in the word task. So basically you want to build a report that revolve around tasks. Okay, so go next. So this whole entity will revolve around tasks. Here you can input the entity that you want to show in your report, which in our case is outcome. And you can do that by clicking this search field, all right? Type the word outcome. Ta-da! It'll pop up and you just click update field, right? And then you can include the rest of the general, entity, which I'm going to put assigned to, created by, description, last update by. All right. Then now I'm just going to click next. As you can see, now here includes all of our tasks with outcome, right? Let me show you the one that I recently just created. Should be somewhere here. Here you go. See? Outcome shown, right? The one that I just created just now. Now you can access, blue color means you can click on it, right? So now I can access the task by clicking onto this. Right, so the next topic, I'm basically going to teach you how do you view or manage tasks via activity timeline. So as you can see, this task is parked under Josie, all right? So I can click Josie and voila, this is the activity timeline. All right, as you can see, all of the incomplete tasks will be in the top, title, upcoming, and overdue. So basically all of the tasks that you haven't complete, whether is it tomorrow or is it today or maybe 1 month ago or 2 months ago, everything will be on the top. So you can just click this, right? And the tasks that are already being completed will be separated into month and year, so it can give you a nicer overview. So you see this month, right? These are the things that are already closed, right? So like example, for year-wise, 2024, so all of the activity timeline, like 2023, it will give you a very detailed overview. All right, so that's about for the activity timeline side. So now I will talk about how you can edit, reassigning, or reopen closed tasks. So how do I do that? Basically, the pencil icon allow you to edit whatever you want. All right, so you can also do it through here, tasks. Same thing, right? So let me do it by going to like just now this example shown, right? Let me try to edit for you to show you. Once I click here, the pencil icon, this thing will appear. All right, I can basically, I can change the title. I can change the description if I have any. I can also change it to who that I want to assign to, and I can also include priority as well, and also change the due date if I want to. So basically, you can do any adjustment that you want here, right, including the outcome, right? So there are certain company that they want to create a task immediately after they complete a task. So how do you do that? So let me reopen back this task. Instead of clicking complete, mark as complete, what I will want to do is go to this arrow button and click complete and follow up. So what this do is it will immediately create a task from my end, right? For me to follow up. Right, same things, you can assign it to other people if you want. You can change the due date, the priority, right? Anything. Okay, now, while assigning tasks to ourselves, we will definitely be aware of the task because we are the one that created. But what if, we want to assign the task to our colleague? And worst case scenario, your colleague happens to have 99 tasks, same as I do here. That means that the task we assign to him might be lost in the sea if he didn't check, right? So do not be afraid. As our CRM, Prospect is integrated with Outlook. So when you assign a particular task to someone, that person will receive an email stating this task is assigned to you, blah, 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 by who, right? Same can be said when your team leader, right, or your colleague is assigning tasks to you, you will receive that notification in your Outlook, in your email, right? So last, as I said, today's webinar will be a very quick one. Don't worry about it. The last one will be about calendar. Okay. So as you can see, the top header of the calendar site, you can you can see some of the tasks being listed. All right. So if you only have one task, which is what I shown here, you only entitle they'll surely write the title here. So for example, my yesterday overview task that I didn't finish, you'll put here web task. For today, it will be in yellow color, which is web task 2. For tomorrow one will be in transparent color. But if you have more than one task if you have more than one task today, here will become task 2. So the reason why this kind of tasks appear in the top is because these are not time sensitive tasks. Unlike meetings where, for example, like right now, webinar, where my time is at around 9 a.m., I'll have a webinar task here, right? But for this kind of non-sensitive, not time-sensitive task, it will just appear at the top hand side. And you can have a clearer view over here. Today and overdue task, there's 241. So you can view all of it through here, or you can just click show more. Wait, okay, let me try to click show more and show you. Show more, and it will just bring you to the whole general list, right? Maybe there are some customer that they'll be like, how can I link my calendar, with Prospect CRM? Okay, so that's not today's topic. However, I can guide you through it by clicking the help button. So whenever you're confused, just click help. Right, so there's a few ways that you can do it. Chat with us, which you can chat with the AI chatbot or support team members. Another one that I would suggest is go to documentation, which is better if you want to know how to link the calendar with. So click this search, right? And in here, just type in calendar. There are a lot of different articles to teach you, to guide you step by step how you can actually link your calendar, right, with our CRM. You see, navigate to calendar menu, right, select a Microsoft account, stuff like this. Oh, right. So that is basically the gist of it for today's topic. If you want, I currently have about 10 minutes to attend to any questions that you guys have. And if there is no questions, you can register for our next session, which is basically introducing goal, which is also a new feature in our CRM, right? So how do you set goals for your sales team, for your marketing team, stuff like this? And we also have a lot of different varieties of webinar being recorded in our YouTube videos. So just go to YouTube, search Prospect Soft, and you have all your information there. Right? So thank you all for today. Boy. Oh, hi, Jacqueline. Do you have any questions? Yes. You can type in the Q&A if you want. If you guys have any question, you can also email me, right? Or go to, as I said, you can go to the live chat box and just, text, I need help for this or for that. And our AI chatbot or real life human being support team member will just attend to you. If there is none, thank you all for today. See you guys in the, oh wait, oh, I saw the Q&A. All right. When you have a task under a person's name, can you know who the task is assigned to? Yes, you can. You will know who the task is assigned to. It will appear in your email, in your Outlook email, right? So you don't need to worry about that. So whether you are assigning to the other person or the other person is assigning to you, he or she that make any changes, you will be notified. Or if you want, you can use the eccentric buttons to add mention, right? So you can just put the eccentric button with the name. You can mention that particular someone under the task or in the activities. You can do that as well. All right. Thank you guys for attending today's session. Have a great one. Toodaloo.